so much. It's such an honor. Thank you for having me here at True Women Conference. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you, Blossom, and the organizers of this conference themed Becoming More. I'm excited to be here. I hope that you are too. So, quickly, I'm going to be talking about becoming more, which is the theme, and then specifically the lady, her love, and her career, and just talking about balance. That's what, I've been asked to speak about. As ladies, we have several things that we do and several roles that we play. We are sisters, we are friends, we are entrepreneurs, we are colleagues, we are siblings, we are daughters, we are moms, we are lovers. So there's just the several parts to us and many different things that we do in our lives and many roles that we play in the lives of other people. And the question that keeps being asked over and over again is, how do we do it all? Can we do it all, and can we have it all? And just very quickly, I'll just say yes, because we are children of God, and with God, anything is possible. He has given us much more ability than we know. We have more capacity than we have used, and we have more potential that we have tapped into. So I don't think anyone should be putting themselves in a box and saying, oh, I can't do everything. The one thing I know is that you can do all things, but you may not be able to do everything at the same time, and you really shouldn't be trying to do everything at the same time. So instead of just talking about balance, I think we would focus a bit on priorities. How do you commit to doing these things? Because the most important thing is really to commit. When you say, I want to become more, I can be more than this, I want to live bigger, I want to show up in a different way, I want to serve my world, I want to serve my generation, I want to make a difference. What you're doing is you're committing to a life of more. You're committing to using everything that God gave you. You're committing to being everything that God intended for you to be, which is great. But you see, this kind of commitment, it requires priority. It requires you to say, look, I could be doing this other thing, but I would rather do this. And priority doesn't just come out of the blues. So I'm gonna walk us through the 5 M's. I'll just call them the 5 M's to help us decide how to move forward, even with the different moving parts in our lives. Here's one thing I know for sure, that the dynamic part of you, the fact that you can do several things, the fact that you can function in several places, was not given to you to confuse you. God meant for you to use it and to use it well. So don't feel paralyzed because you have several roles to play, or because you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm still in my 20s and I'm this busy, or I'm still in my 30s and my calendar is this choked. So let's talk about it. How do you become more without losing yourself, without losing your family, without losing your career, without losing the things that are important to you, without feeling like you have to sacrifice and trade the good things of your life just so you can achieve something? I'll walk you through the 5 M's. And the first one really is meaning. So what is meaningful about your work? What is meaningful about what you're doing? And I want you to apply this to different parts of your life. So for example, if you say, I want to commit to this, or I want to become more in this area, the question is why? Because many times we do things just on autopilot and we don't even know why we are doing it. When there is meaning, when it is meaningful, when it is purposeful, when you are in alignment with who you are and what you're doing, when they align, when there is a sync, then you're able to move forward. So you need to find meaning. What is the meaning of this? The three biggest barriers to pursuing meaningful work. One is expectation, what other people expect of us. There's some things we do not because we want to do it, not because we're supposed to do it, but because that's what other people expect. The other one is exchange of value, what people pay you for, what people reward you for. Okay, if I do this, I'm going to get this. So even if it's not what I'm supposed to be doing, maybe I should just do it. And the third thing that really distracts us from pursuing meaningful work is expertise. Sometimes you're like, because I can do it, so let me do it. But guess what? You don't have to do everything that you know how to do. You don't have to constantly function in everywhere that you could possibly function. So even if you can do it, that doesn't mean you have to do it. And this is something that we women have to learn and embrace. We want to be there for people. We want to show up for everybody, but you actually cannot. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to do it. You need to actually ask, is this meaningful? Is this in alignment with my purpose? Is this in alignment with my assignment in this season? In several seasons of our lives, we have different assignments. And so we have to make sure that the things that we are doing are in alignment with what we're supposed to be doing in that season. If not, then you're going to feel out of balance. You're going to feel like, I'm doing this, but something is wrong. It feels different. I feel turned. So that's because we haven't really thought about the meaning. So I want you to pause and say, all these things on my to-do list, all these goals I have set, is it meaningful? What does it mean for me? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? If I continue with this to-do list, with these tasks, with these activities for the next 1 year, would I really be accomplished? Would I really still be in alignment? 1 year from now, you're going to grow old, whether you like it or not. You're going to be older. What's going to change about your life? Would you still be doing meaningful work, or would you just be doing everything that you could do, but you actually didn't have to do? Then the next thing is mindset, right? So when you decide that, look, based on what I'm supposed to be doing right now, based on my assignments in the season, based on what is meaningful, these are the things I will commit to. This is what I will pursue. These are my goals for my family. These are my goals for my career. These are my goals for my business. These are my goals for my relationships. These are my goals for my personal life, for my health. Once you say you have that, the next thing is mindset. Because they say success is, some people say success is 90% mindset, some people say success is 99% mindset. But a huge chunk of success is mindset, because it's possible to know what to do and still not do it. It's possible to know what to do and still feel, not equipped, or still feel handicapped in some way. So you need to work on your mindset. The number one thing that you need to do for yourself is to tell yourself, I can learn and I can grow. There's some things we're supposed to be doing, but we don't do them because we feel, look, I can't do this. Where somebody's saying, look, I'm not techie, or I'm not, I'm shy, I don't live, I'm not popular, I don't live in the town or in the city. Those things are excuses. You know why? Because you can learn, you have capacity to learn and to grow. You're watching this video right now. You were not born knowing how to watch this. You were not born knowing how to chat. You were not born, knowing how to write blog posts. You were not born knowing how to operate a smartphone. But you figured it out, and you can figure out anything. You can figure out anything. You can learn and you can grow. Even if you didn't study it in school, even if you've never done it before, if it makes sense for you to be doing it right now, say to yourself, I can learn and I can grow. That's the mindset to have. Now look, I may not have done it because I didn't know how to do it, but now I'm going to learn how to do it. That's the mindset to have. And one thing that really, really cripples people is fear. Listen, the reason why we feel afraid is to protect us from danger. Because if we don't feel fear, we'll be handling poisonous insects carelessly. We'll be walking right into the middle of the road, even with oncoming traffic. We'll just be falling off the roof, jumping down from high and dangerous places because we cannot feel afraid. So the ability to feel afraid is what protects us, is what, essentially keeps us from danger. If you see a lion charging at you, fear will make you run. That's its purpose. The purpose of fear is not to kill your dreams. It's not supposed to hold you down. Fear doesn't have hands. It doesn't have legs. It's not supposed to stop you from being who you were meant to be. It's not supposed to cripple your destiny. If you allow it, you need to know that you chose to. Allowing fear to stop us, it's just mismanagement of our mind. And that's why I'm talking about it under mindset. And you know why it's mismanagement of our mind? Because we're telling ourselves that this fear will kill me. If people reject me, I'm going to die. If people ridicule me, oh, my life is over. If people laugh at me, I cannot move forward. But all those things are not true, right? So it's just mismanagement of the mind. You're not afraid of pursuing your work. You're not afraid of doing big things. You're not afraid of becoming more because you're going to die. You're physically not going to die. Research shows that people are scared of public speaking as much as they are scared of death. And it's just so interesting because public speaking can actually not kill you. Like, you're not going to drop dead just because you stood on a stage. So that's how people allow fear to stop them. And when you ask people, okay, so why haven't you done this? Or why haven't you, why are you not showing up? Why are you not putting yourself out there? Why are you not doing your work? Why are you not helping your family? They'll tell you things like, I'm so scared that maybe they'll reject me. Maybe they'll say no. I didn't apply because they could say no. I didn't apply because maybe I'm not qualified. I didn't apply because people might laugh at me. You're just allowing other people's opinions to oppress you. And then some people will say, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel ready. I don't feel original enough. I don't feel. Listen, like, can you see? It's just feelings. You're allowing you to oppress yourself. So even though you're qualified, even though you have what it takes, you're saying, the fact is I have what it takes. But because I don't feel like I have what it takes, so I will not move forward. So a lot of fear is really just allowing other people's opinions to oppress us, or allowing our own thoughts and opinions, which are not facts, to oppress us. So I want you to start to see fear that way. Fear is your enemy. It's something you should fight. It's something that just wants to kill your destiny for nothing. It does not even have hands to stop you or legs to stop you. So you're not going to allow it. You're bigger than fear. You're bigger than fear. So that's mindset. Once you can settle this, once you can make up your mind that, look, I can do this, I can figure it out, and there is no reason not to, you're ready to move. You're ready to move. And the next thing is to, just calculate what it takes to move. So you're going to ask yourself realistically, okay, I want to write a book. How many chapters am I going to write? How many words do I need to write per day? How many days do I need to write for? How much money is it going to cost? So you're doing the mathematics, you're just putting it down. What's it going to take? And that's the question I want you to ask yourself. Everything you've heard so far in this conference, about becoming more, about, going for your dreams, about being all that you can be, about being everything that God has created you to be. Sit down and ask, what is it going to take? Remember, the first question about meaning is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Why does this matter right now? Then the second question is, why not? If not me, who then? Why not? Because once you ask why not, the problems that are in your mind, the things that are, the limiting things in your mindset start to come up, and then you can deal with them. So you're saying, I can figure this out for sure. I can. Why not? The third question is, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What will it take to put my life back in shape? What will it take to declutter my home? What will it take to live in a healthy environment? What will it take to improve my relationships? What would it take to get promoted at my job? What will it take to grow my business? At that point, you're just doing the maths. You're just saying, look, if I'm going to get to 4, then I need a 2 here, I need another 2 here. 2 plus 2 is going to give me 4. So it's just, what is it going to take? Mathematics. What will it take? And once you know that, you move. You move. So the next thing is momentum. You move. So momentum, and momentum is really just, it's more than speed. It's speed in the right direction. You build momentum by moving. Some people say, I don't feel like moving. I want to write. How do I write? You write by writing. I want to pray more. How do I pray? You pray by praying. So you move. You build momentum by moving. You take that first tiny step, that first little step. So what's it going to take? Okay, so do I need to call somebody? Do I need to ask a question? Do I need to invest in myself? You move. You move. What are the things that stop us from moving? I'm just going to talk about 2 things. 1, delays, and 2, distractions. Delays are, procrastination, when you're the one delaying yourself, and then allowing other people to hold you back. Sometimes other people can hold you back. Maybe you ask someone for something and then they're taking 50 days to get back to you. Don't let anybody do that to you. Move on to somebody else. Ask somebody else. I started to learn this, just later, having been in business for a while, and after starting to do things for a while, sometimes I'll ask myself, hold on, why is this thing not done? And then I realize that it's just somebody that I'm waiting on, that hasn't delivered, and then I ask myself, is there a reason why I have to wait for this person? If not, you move. So create that culture of not allowing other people to delay you. And then create that culture of not allowing yourself to delay yourself. It's good to pray. It's good to think. It's good to plan. But after a while, you're just overthinking, overanalyzing until you paralyze this idea, until you paralyze this thing that you have committed to do. Even if your mindset is in shape, if you don't move, nothing is going to move. So you need to know, when am I over planning? When am I overthinking? You're not going to have 100% information about everything all the time. You're going to know enough just to take the next step. And once you do, move. As you take the next step, it becomes clearer. And the reason I'm emphasizing this is that momentum is something that builds upon itself. So once you move, you're setting up yourself to be able to move tomorrow. If you move today, you're setting up yourself to be able to do it again tomorrow and to do it again next tomorrow. But if you're saying, what if I don't finish? What if I don't follow through? If you don't start, you're never going to follow through. If you don't start, you're never going to finish. So you have to start moving right now. Keep moving and build upon that. So if you're delaying yourself, if you're the one procrastinating, you need to go back and check. Sometimes we procrastinate on things because we don't actually want to do them. So go back to meaning and ask, do I really want to do this? If I want to do this, then what do I lose by not doing it? I deal with procrastination by raising necessity, by raising urgency. So sometimes I have work to do, and then I'm just like, okay, if I don't do this, what's going to happen? Who will get hurt? What will I lose? Who's going to lose something? Asking that simple question tells me whether I should proceed or whether it is meaningless work and I should just even shut it down. Because sometimes you're procrastinating on something you're not meant to do, and it's okay, just stop trying to do it. But then, if it's something you're meant to do and you raise necessity, then you're saying, oh, something is at stake, so I need to move. Sometimes you procrastinate because you're stressed. Maybe you want to sleep and wake up. Some things don't actually require any, big. Sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I'm such a procrastinator. You are not. You are you. I am Tolu. You are your name. You're not a procrastinator. Don't make that your identity. Instead, say, why is it that I'm doing this and not doing this? Is it because I'm afraid? If you're afraid, I've already taught you what to do, how to deal with fear. You look it in the face and you say, look, this is just a feeling. It's not a fact. The second thing that stops us from moving, distractions. So we need to limit distractions in our lives. And distractions are always going to be there. Don't feel like, I have attended conference. They have spoken to me. I am gingered. I am pumped. I am motivated. I am ready to go. So you won't be distracted. It's not true. Distractions are going to come. The question is, what are you going to do? Listen, you're going to feel afraid. You're going to feel confused sometimes. You're going to feel distracted. All those feelings are going to come. So instead of sitting down and pretending like they don't exist, the question is, what are you going to do? So first of all, you can set yourself up to not be distracted. When I write in the mornings, and in the mornings, there's no notification on my phone. So if a message comes in or something is happening, I don't know. I won't notice. So that already takes that out of the way. You see? So distractions can be removed just by setting up yourself to not be distracted. You need to turn off Instagram notifications. So maybe you say, look, I'll go on Instagram at so time in the day. And until then, I don't want to go. You've only talked. The way to make sure it happens is to actually put up the notifications. Because even if you don't want to go, and then you get a notification or a beep or a message from Instagram, then you want to check it out. So limit distractions by setting up those systems. Declutter your life. Anything you don't need, throw it out. Even on your phone, any app you're not using, delete it. It does something for you. It does something for your mind. It frees you to make progress. It frees you to move. Focus helps with momentum. Focus builds momentum. If you can focus, honestly, you're 10 steps ahead of other people. Because think about it. Most other people are distracted. Most other people are here, there, neither here nor there. So if you can focus, you're like 10 steps ahead of it because you're doing something hard. And if we can do the hard things, it gives us an edge in life. So focus is something that you should pursue. Focus is something that, you should make up your mind. I'm the kind of person who is focused. I can say, look, I want to do this for the next hour and I'll sit at my desk and do it. So your environment is important. There are some people that they put their gym clothes at the edge of their bed so that once they wake up, They don't have to decide what to wear. They've already said, look, I'm going to go running in the morning. So they wake up and they don't have to make a decision. They just put on the clothes, put on their running shoes and they're off. So that helps. Eliminating unnecessary decisions actually helps with removing distractions. So don't allow delays in your life. Remove distractions from your life, and it will help you to build momentum. Distractions could come in the form of people. So, for example, you're saying, oh, my work is taking too much of my time. I think I need to create some balance. I need to be available to those that I love. I need to be available to my family. But then you have this one person that is always going to call you to discuss work. You finish gisting at work. You now want to come and gist again about work people by 9 p.m., the time you're supposed to spend with your family. You need to let that person know that, look, this, we can't do this. Or you put your phone on silent mode, or, you're unavailable. You have control. That's the point. You have control over your distractions. If there is a distraction you don't have control over, maybe you say, look, I'm addicted to swiping, or I'm addicted to, scrolling, then you need to really ask yourself, what's the difference between me and somebody who is addicted to something else? You're not an addict. So you can stop distractions. You can limit distractions. Many times, the things that we say we want to prioritize, the things that we say we want to balance, and we don't end up doing it, is because we haven't created the system to make sure we do it. Why am I talking to you about this? Because I read in a book called Atomic Habits, something really profound. The author said, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So yes, you might have set big, lofty goals. You might have said, oh, look, I'm going to do this. Balance in my life, becoming more, pursuing my dreams. You might have said all those things. But if your systems pull you down, if your systems drag you back, you're still not going to be able to move forward. So what systems are you going to put in place? What's your environment going to be like? What distractions are you going to take out of the way? What are you not going to allow to delay you? Those are the issues. And the final M of it is miracles. Miracles. I love to talk about miracles. You see, we can plan, talk, but there are some things that we just couldn't have planned for. There are some things that we just couldn't have talked about. In fact, there are some things that we did not know to pray for, but God brings them into our lives. Those are the miracles. When you say, I'm going to balance my sleep, I'm going to balance my life, my relationship, my business, my job, and then you find out that even when you get 6 hours of sleep, you wake up refreshed, feeling as if you slept for 8 hours. That's a miracle. When you get a promotion that you did not actively work for, that's a miracle. When you get improved intimacy that you did not even, you just put a little effort and then you just feel, more alive, more in love. That's a miracle. And we should expect miracles every day. We should pray for miracles. We should expect to see them. And I have to tell you about this because there's some parts of success, there's some parts of growth that we cannot take the credit for. God just did it for us. And we have to be conscious of that. Every day in our lives, we experience joy, more joy than we could have ever thought about, more peace than we could have ever asked for. So living with this gratitude, embracing life with this gratitude, even with all the things that may not be going okay, even with some things that may be falling out of balance, because remember I said priority comes before balance. Sometimes you might say, in this season, my priority is to write my book. So my priority is not to be balancing my recreational life. It's okay. It's okay. In this season, I'm going to put my head down, write my book, make sure my daughter is doing okay, make sure my husband is happy, home is fine, business is going, but I'm writing this book. Other things may fall behind. I may drop the ball in other things, but it's okay because I've sat with myself, I've had a meeting with myself, and I've decided that this is meaningful work at this time. This is our priority at this time. This is where I'm going to direct my mindset, making sure I'm bringing in my 100%. I'm going to keep moving, building momentum towards this. At this time, I have done the math. I'm going to give you what it takes. I also expect miracles from that part of my life. I expect miracles in other parts. In the places where it seems like I'm not focusing right now. In the places where it seems like I'm going to be dropping the ball right now. I expect to see miracles. And this happens. This happens. When we trust God for it, it happens. In this conversation, we have talked about meaning. We have talked about mindset. We have talked about mathematics. We have talked about momentum. And we have talked about miracles. I pray and expect that beyond everything we have said, you will experience miracles. You will hear the things that you're supposed to hear that I probably didn't even say with my mouth. You will move. Your life is going to keep going upward, forward, and you're definitely going to become more. And everything that you were created to be, everything that you were supposed to be. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. I love you.